Have you ever cried during a film?
Yes, of course I have, yeah.
It's
a very sensitive side that you're bringing out.
All of Hollywood is reeling after a shocking tragedy struck Jason Statham. Known to be one of Hollywood's strongest stars, Statham has long built up a reputation for delivering highly rated and fearless performances in the film industry. Yet now, behind the bold and the cool personality, there appears to be a deeply unsettling turn of events, and the details are truly heartbreaking. What exactly went wrong, and how could something so scary and life-threatening happen to Jason? Join us as we uncover the full story and find answers to the questions. What really happened to Jason? It all happened when a stunt went wrong. It was a truck scene that was supposed to stop, but suddenly it did not. The brakes failed, and Jason's vehicle plunged into the sea. For a few seconds, it looked like the star who had done hundreds of stunts might not make it out alive. Jason was sinking. He tried to open the door, but it was jammed. Water filled the cabin in a rush while he fought for his life with all his might. He thought of home, his wife, his children, and everything he still had to do. In that moment, something inside him took over. According to him, it was unexplainable. He slammed his shoulder into the door over and over until it broke. He kicked his way out, fought the current, and somehow made it to the surface of the sea. When he came up, gasping for air, Stallone, his co-actor, and the crew ran toward him. It was a shocking moment for everyone. If anyone else had been driving, they would be dead, Stallone said, but Jason survived.
Yeah,
remember all that the dust and when the floors came in with you? That got old.
However, something inside him changed forever. That night, he sat alone, whispering, "It should have been over." He was not the same anymore. He became quieter and more withdrawn from himself and everything that played around him. Jason Statham has always seemed unstoppable in his roles. He still is. On screen, he is the man who everyone knows to survive explosions, fight 10 men at once, and walk away without a scratch. But in reality, especially behind the scenes, he has faced challenging moments that threaten his life. After the incident, the laughter on set faded. It was replaced by a look that seemed distant and heavy. That near-death experience changed his career and his actions. As if that was not enough, the internal battles of Jason showed up. Those years of stunts took a heavy toll on Jason's body. His back hurt, his joints ached, and on some days, even walking was painful. Yet he stood strong. However, Jason became more private.
It's such an important role for the Joey character to have someone like that.
And people close to him noticed the difference. He was more thoughtful and more careful about the time he spends in making movies and the time he spends with his family. For his fans, hearing about the accident was heartbreaking. The man they had always seen as fearless had faced something terrifying. This unfortunate event happened during the filming of one of his action movies titled The Expendables 3. Jason's story spread quickly across news outlets and fan pages. It was everywhere on the internet. It showed that the man who had made a living from danger had faced it and survived. His courage and quick thinking in those few seconds likely saved his life. After recovering, Jason did not quit acting, but he became more selective with his stunts and more open about using safety measures on set. He wanted other actors and stunt performers to understand that no scene was worth a human life, and it continued like that. Before the tragic incident happened, what was the story of Jason Statham? How did he rise to fame? And what were his roles on screen? Jason's story as an ordinary man. Before Jason Statham became the tough, fearless man we all see in movies today, he was once just a regular guy trying to make something out of his life. Jason grew up as an ordinary man and was born on July 26, 1967. In a small town called Shirebrook in Derbyshire, England. Jason was raised from a low-income earning family. His dad, Barry, did all kinds of jobs, from selling different stuff on the street to painting and even singing in bars. However, his mum, Eileen, was a dancer. Jason grew up watching his parents hustle every day to make ends meet. From a young age, Jason loved sports, especially diving. He was a member of Britain's national diving squad, where he trained for 12 years, and even though he was dedicated to diving, The sport did not bring him the success or money he hoped for. Yet he trained every day, early in the morning and late into the night, without any excuses. For more than a decade, he dreamed of one thing, and it was to represent Britain at the Olympics. In 1992, something happened that changed everything. Jason missed a spot on the British Olympic team by just one position.
Places in the world. If you go to the South Island, you'll see things that will take your breath.
The miss turned out to be a heartbreaking moment for him. It was devastating for him as his years of dedication ended in silence as he stood by the pool, staring into the water and watching his dreams sink quietly beneath the surface. But Jason didn't cry, nor did he give up. He just stood there still, learning one of the hardest lessons life could teach. As time went on, to support himself, Jason started helping his dad sell things on the streets. He sold basic things like perfume and jewelry. Jason also tried modeling in his early adult years, all to make ends meet. And, thankfully, because of his fit body and rough but handsome look, he got a few modeling jobs, including Tommy Hilfiger, Levi's, and the brand French Connection. Modeling, however, was not something Jason wanted to do for long, but it helped him get by. One day, while still modeling, Jason met a filmmaker named Guy Ritchie. At the time, Guy Ritchie was working on his first movie titled Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. Ritchie did not just want trained actors then, but wanted real people with real-life energy to embody each role.
It doesn't wish in any way to undermine the director.
After Guy Ritchie had a conversation with Jason and listened to his background story, he decided to give him a small role in the movie. Jason played a street-smart con artist, something that came naturally to him. The movie became a big hit, people loved the vibe, and from there, Jason's name started getting noticed. That was the beginning of everything, from a street seller and diver to becoming a movie star. What do you think of Jason's story, and how did he transition from playing a small role to being a Hollywood star? Let's find out. Life as a Hollywood icon. As a top actor known for portraying tough characters in various action thriller films, Jason's rare personality caught the eye of the audiences. He played a lot of significant roles in the success of the Hollywood industry, and he has been credited for leading the resurgence of action films during the year 2000 and 2010. However, being a Hollywood hero goes far beyond throwing punches or driving fast cars and acting tough on camera. It meant being responsible enough to inspire, and sometimes even entertain millions of people around the world. In Jason's movies like The Transporter, Crank, or Fast and Furious, he was a legend. He was a man who fought against all odds, the same qualities he has embodied right from time, and that's what made him a true Hollywood icon. Also, beyond the actions on screen and on set, Jason earns a lot in the Hollywood industry.
We just found a way that it just was like a little spark for us. It just worked great.
His movies have always been a box office success and increased his net worth as an actor. His recent high-grossing movies such as The Expendables and The Meg have given him his major earnings. Currently, Jason Statham's net worth is estimated to be around $120 million. But that was not all. There were certain pressures Jason battled with. The audience expects perfection from the actors at all times, and this was not an easy task. Especially in action movies, Jason himself has mentioned that many of his stunts are risky and exhausting, yet he does not rely on special effects or stunt doubles for most of his scenes.
In or out? I mean, it takes a while to get, to be part of a family.
He trains and performs with real skills, even when they are at risk to his health. And even though he loves doing them, it takes a lot of effort to put the best scenes out there. They practice every move repeatedly with sweats and bruises to acquire the perfect shot. These passion and sacrifice go into making each movie an unforgettable one for the audiences. Jason Statham is the tough guy who shows up every day and works hard. But every hero has their limits. Jason has encountered some sad situations as a Hollywood icon. What was the reality and the implications of being a Hollywood top star for Jason? Let's see. The price for fame. Fame often looks beautiful from the outside. The audience sees the red carpets, movie premieres, expensive cars, and bright smiles. But behind all the lights and cheers, fame comes with a heavy price. Jason Statham's journey to the top was not easy, but staying there has been even harder. For him, his work as an actor was a lifestyle he embodied. He wakes up early, eats, works out hard, studies every move, and masters the roles before filming. Many of his co-stars have said that Jason never slacks off. He is always focused and ready to push himself beyond his limits. This is one of the reasons fans love him so much. His characters also look real because the effort behind them is real, from the jumps to fights and dangerous action scenes that many actors have always avoided trying out. He trains for hours, every day, keeping his body in top shape and his reflexes sharp. This level of dedication takes serious discipline and sometimes even pain. He has faced injuries, bruises, and exhaustion, yet he keeps going because he believes in giving his best in every movie.
Do a track, but in a certain way, because it's what they share internally. I think that is what brings them.
However, fame has given him everything. But the truth is, fame has taken away a lot too. It has taken time away from his family, his privacy, and peace of mind. Yet he endured because that's what he had always done, right from the beginning. He has always kept moving, even through the storm. In the late 1990s, when Jason was still an upcoming actor, he met Kelly Brook. She was a rising model and TV star, and together they became one of Britain's most talked-about couples. From 1997 to 2004, Kelly stood by him through the early days of his fame. But when his Hollywood career began to take off, the distance between them grew. Jason was constantly flying between London and Los Angeles, filming one movie after another. Sooner than later, they realized they could not keep up with each other, and eventually, Kelly left. Moving forward, in 2006, Jason began dating Alex Zossman, a woman far from the Hollywood spotlight. She was calm, and for nearly 3 years, Jason found peace in her presence. But this relationship also met the same fate. Worn down by his hectic schedule and constant time away from home. However, in 2010, at 43, he met Rosie Huntington Whitley, a 23-year-old model whose confidence he admired.
And really was a lot of fun as well, because there's a lot of camaraderie between all the models, isn't there, as you
absolutely.
know?
They got into a relationship and announced their engagement in 2016. This has lasted, and they have been together with their 2 kids, Jack and Isabella. Another part of the price for fame from Jason's life is the emotional weight and pressure he has faced. Hollywood can be competitive and unforgiving. If you don't keep performing at your best, you can quickly be replaced. That pressure, indeed, has made a lot of actors feel anxious and constantly on edge. Jason has often spoken about how staying grounded helps him handle it all. He chooses to keep his private life quiet and spends time with his family whenever he can. That balance keeps him sane in an industry that never stops moving. His relentless work ethic has also made him one of the most respected actors in the world. But it also means he has missed out on rest, relaxation, and sometimes even fun. At the end of the day, Jason Statham's fame is not just about money or popularity, but about the legacy and the kind of life he's upholding. Now, a question is that, what was the reaction of the fans to the struggles, challenges, and all that Jason passed through? The reactions from the fans. When news spread about what had happened to Jason Statham, the entire Hollywood industry was shaken. His story came up as a real moment of fear and relief mixed together. Jason was one of Hollywood's most respected action stars, and the idea that he could have lost his life doing what he loved hit everyone deeply. Fellow actors, producers, directors, and even stunt performers couldn't stop talking about it. Many of them had worked with Jason before and were aware of his dedication to his craft. They had always admired him for doing his own stunts, but they also worried that he might be in real danger. When they heard about the near-fatal accident, many of them sent messages wishing him well. Directors who had worked with him over the years shared similar thoughts. Guy Ritchie, the man who first discovered Jason, said he was thankful that the accident didn't take away a friend and talent he deeply respected. He described Jason as the man who never backs down but always thinks smart. Other filmmakers pointed out that the incident was a wake-up call for the industry. They knew it could have happened to anyone. Even stunt coordinators and crew members from different studios were emotional about it.
Yeah, we've never been properly introduced, you and me.
Is that what this is, an introduction?
Many said Jason had always been the kind of actor who treated them as equals, not like background workers. To them, the accident felt personal, and they were marveled at his courage. Through it all, Jason stayed humble. He thanked everyone quietly and focused on getting better. He did not seek attention or pity. Instead, he turned the moment into a message and encouraged his colleagues to always put safety first, and reminding them that no movie scene is worth a real-life tragedy. What the Hollywood community saw in Jason was a reflection of who he is as an action hero and also a survivor. So now that he has recovered, what next? What is the legacy and the further story attached to Jason's life? The future of Jason in Hollywood. After everything that happened, Jason Statham's story became one about his life and strength more than just one about fame or success that he has carried for long. The reality is that Jason has faced both sides of the spotlight. He has seen the glory of being a Hollywood icon and the danger that comes with living life on the edge. Today, Jason's name reigns beyond action movies. It represents hard work and persistence he exudes.
You should be getting ready for bed. Don't worry, I'll find him. Off you go.
The story of someone that started from nothing to going global. From a street seller and diver, he moved his way to become one of the most respected actors in the world. That message alone has inspired millions of people who look up to him as a movie star, and also as a man who never gave up. However, the reality is that fame does not last forever, but impact does. Jason seems to understand this clearly, and now he chooses his projects wisely, focusing on quality rather than quantity. He is no longer just appearing in any role. He is now building a legacy that will last long even after he leaves the industry. He also collaborates with directors who share his vision and actors who respect his decisions. Outside of movies, Jason is widely known for his amazing personality, being private, respectful, and humble. He does not chase attention or what people say. Instead, he allows his work to speak for him. In an era where fame often comes with noise and drama, Jason stands out. He represents an older kind of hero, at age 58, one who does not need to talk too much, but always delivers when it matters. He has also become a role model for younger actors who dream of making it big in Hollywood. Many have said that watching Jason's career motivates them to work harder, train better, and never take shortcuts. His message is simple: stay ready, stay focused, and don't quit. That kind of attitude is what has kept him relevant and respected all these years. Also, looking ahead, Jason's legacy will likely go beyond action films. He has already shown interest in producing and mentoring others in the movie industry. He wants to help create stories that would inspire the courage and strength of the upcoming actors. These are the same values that helped him become who he is today. In the end, Jason Statham's reality is one of courage and survival. His journey proves that life can be unpredictable, but how our response to challenges defines who we truly are. Jason has faced greatness, pain, and near-death tragedy, yet he continues to move forward with purpose. That's what makes him a Hollywood hero, and also a real-life example of resilience. What do you think of this story? And how do you feel for Jason? How do you think the tragic situation can be avoided? And what appropriate measures should be put in place by the Hollywood industry? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more. Also, click the next video showing on your screen. You will enjoy it.